We have a video on the My Second Home program in Malaysia, but this video is on how to get a 10-year residency in Malaysia with the right to citizenship in Malaysia. You can get citizenship in Malaysia by applying to become a naturalized citizen, but you must have an adequate knowledge of the Malay language and have resided in the country for 10 of the past 12 years, including the 12 months immediately preceding the application. These requirements are actually set out in Part 3 of the Constitution. However, there is an objective definition of what actually constitutes elementary or adequate knowledge of Malay. In practice, the tests are often subjective, sometimes even varying in whether or not you really have to take the proficiency test to see if you qualify for the Malay language. Malaysia does not allow the dual citizenship. As of the 28th of September 2019, Malaysian citizens had visa-free or visa-free on arrival access to 177 countries and territories, ranking the Malaysian passport 12th in the world, making it the second highest ranked passport in Southeast Asia after Singapore and the fourth highest ranked in the region of Asia. Malaysia generally has an efficient and widespread system of health care, operating a two-tier health care system consisting of both government-based universal health care system and a coexisting private health care system. Since the mid-1990s, international students have been coming to Malaysia to pursue their tertiary education in Malaysia's higher education institutions. Today, Malaysia is ranked the 7th most popular destination in the world for international education at territory level. Malaysia has a great territorial tax system that it doesn't tax income outside the country. Any sort of worldwide income is not taxed. The maximum income tax rate in Malaysia is 26%. This is on income actually made inside the country, while the corporate tax rate is 24% and the Social Security tax is 6%. The GDP per capita in Malaysia is just under 12,000 US dollars a year. I'm going to give you my evaluation of the Malaysia program to get citizenship. Malaysia's got a great passport allowing you to get a lot of visa-free countries, included as far as the Shenzhen countries, Thailand, Australia, New Zealand, but you don't have visa-free to Canada or the USA. It also has a great territorial tax system in place, but Malaysia doesn't allow dual citizenship. So if you're interested in moving to Malaysia, my advice is I would go with My Second Home program and skip the residency program that leads to citizenship. And one reason I would do that is they don't allow dual citizenship, so you'd have to relinquish your other citizenship to do that. And as I've mentioned before in the past, don't ever get a passport where the country doesn't allow dual citizenship, because if you get in a problem with that country, the insurance policy is having a second passport. That country, if they don't allow dual citizenship and you don't have a second passport, all that country has to do is cancel your existing passport or choose not to renew your existing passport. And you can't renew cedulars, you can't renew your residency outside that's in that other country. You're basically stranded. And I always tell people, don't ever get a second passport in a country if they don't allow dual citizenship. And by going with the My Second Home program, you can live full-time in Malaysia and just have your company, if you're self-employed, just have your business outside of Malaysia, because the My Second Home program has a lot of restrictions and limitations as far as trying to work in Malaysia on the My Second Home visa. You would also have to be efficient in Malay language to get the passport, and that language is actually fairly difficult to learn. But I always tell people, don't ever go with a second passport that requires a language to be learned. You know, I see so many people that don't get the passport because they never learn the language efficiency or efficient enough to get it done. And like I've said before, if you can go in a country and get the residency, they've got a good territorial tax system or pure tax saving in place. Skip the passport. You get a quick passport in a place like Antigua or St. Kitts, and you can get it in 4 months. And then if you want to, you don't even have to go to St. Kitts or Antigua to get the passport. And then if you want to go to a country like Malaysia, go in their residency program with the My Second Home program, and skip the citizenship route because of the requirements they have on not allowing dual citizenship. And I've mentioned this in other videos before, but I'll mention again because these are very important points you need to follow. Is remember, a good fast-track citizenship program is one that where you can get the second citizenship, second passport, real quick, and you can do it as long as you don't have any sort of civil or criminal problems. And it's guaranteed if you do that in these short fast-track programs like St. Kitts or Antigua. Because I've seen so many countries that don't go by the statutory requirements after the time period is the residency's put in where you can apply for the citizenship, and then the person doesn't get the passport. Therefore messing up their plans for that passport, and they end up just wasting tons of time and money by doing this. And number two is make sure the country that you're applying with has no military requirements to get the passport. And number three is make sure the tax system that's in place for that country is either a territorial tax system or pure tax haven that doesn't tax worldwide income. Now, Malaysia doesn't tax worldwide income, but you have all those other problems that I mentioned. And number four is make sure there is no language requirement, that you're already fluent in the language of the country you're going to. If they do require you to pass some sort of test and you're trying to get the citizenship and passport program, just forget it. Choose a country that you already know the language, or either choose St. Kitts. They don't require you to have any sort of a test at all. And number five is always verify that dual citizenship is allowed or don't engage in that program. That's the biggest mistake I can tell you right there. Having multiple passports is a big insurance policy that you need. And number six is get into a passport that at least allows you to go to visa-free, the Schengen countries in Europe. It keeps you from having to get visas everywhere you go. And number seven is remember that a lot of countries reserve the most lucrative business opportunities like insurance, real estate, retail, and many other businesses for people that are citizens. So if you go to a country and you're trying to work inside that country, the problem is if you don't have that citizenship and passport, you can forget a lot of the lucrative opportunities. That's why I always say get the passport quick, so if you ever have to go in that country and you want to work, you've got the same rights that citizens have. You can go and start a business, any business that you want, as long as you're qualified. Obviously if you're a doctor, you got to have those, or if you're a lawyer, you have to get those professional details ironed out. But you don't want something holding you back because you're not a citizen of that country. And number eight is always when you move to a new country, if you don't know the language, you're going to be struggling a lot to get anything done. I'm telling you, it's I've told this many times before. I lived in Panama for 4 years. Just calling on a utility bill could take you an hour to get sorted out. It's just not worth it. You waste so much time when you don't know a language fluently. I can't begin to tell you how frustrating it is. Anyway, if you want to learn more on how to legally get your taxes to zero, or to get a second passport, do three things. Hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen. You'll get these new videos as they come out automatically. And number two is I'd like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put that below and I'll get back with you. And number three is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and go to the top of the website where it says apply with us. Hit that, fill out the questions, and then send it. Hit the send button, and we'll get back with you on your particular problem. If St. Kitts is not the right one, or Antigua is not the right country, or Malaysia is not, we deal with 74 citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries. If those countries are not you're interested in, I'm sure we can find one that you will be. Thanks for watching the video, and I look forward to talking to you on the next one. Take care.